I really need to do number one. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. I don't know. Do I need to do number one? Allow you to. Allow you to. Oh, filthy habits of. No, this is stupid. And that could give you, what time of day did you post? That doesn't make sense. They last for 24 hours. Strike that. It refined your skin. Refined. Use. But remember that, remember. Stay cool, Rad fam. That was the dumbest sign off ever. Stay cool, Rad fam. This is so meta. I'm on Instagram right now. What's going on, Rad fam? And welcome back to another tutorial, I guess you would call it. This time about the dreaded Instagram algorithm. Now, this is something that a lot of people have been talking about. And if you're like us and you started your Instagram channel in the last year, you might have been a little bit frustrated by how difficult it is to engage with other creators, or at least get the likes. Engagement's up to you. But in terms of getting likes, follows, subscriptions, whatever you want to call them, noticed on the platform, it can be a little frustrating at times. So we started our account back in May of last year, and right away when we started, we noticed a lot of growth. That slowed down around September. We did our 1,000 follower giveaway in September of 2017. It is now, well, March 1st of 2018, and we're sitting at close to 1,500 followers. Now, for a while, I was really frustrated. I was like, why is this happening? What's going on? Why are we growing so slowly when at first we grew so quickly? And the answer is Instagram changes the algorithm. Now, if you don't know what that means, it means it uses a computer formula to determine who gets noticed and whose pictures end up on the search page or on the top posts of any given search or hashtag. Now, it can be extremely frustrating if you're like us, and there was a number of people that started their Disney themed Instagrams around the same time, and like us probably noticed some rapid growth. I even saw from some other bigger channels that they were frustrated by the slowdown in the likes and the follows and the engagement, and they weren't really doing anything any differently, at least not that they noticed. So after seeing a number of these complaints, I decided to do a little digging, and I looked up some stuff that I thought might help you and us continue to grow our channel in an increasingly crowded platform. Instagram is awesome. I love Instagram. I'm a very visual person, and the idea of starting an Instagram dedicated to our love of Disney and family fun was an awesome idea. I'm so glad that I did it. However, we wanted to segue that Instagram into this YouTube channel. We wanted to use it not necessarily as a business because we're both employed, but we wanted to use it as a way to potentially in the future fund more trips to Disney and fund more travel. So we had big goals, and it was frustrating when we saw that those goals were not being met, or at least the growth had slowed down. So after doing a little digging, I put together 5 tips that, from what I can understand, will help us and help you continue to grow your Instagram in 2018. Tip number 1, consistency. It is super important now on Instagram that you maintain a consistent presence, and that means a couple of different things. It means that your content is consistent. We started a Disney Instagram because my friends got tired of all the Disney posts that were appearing on my personal Instagram, and they were like, this might as well be a Disney Instagram, and I was like, that's a good idea. So the theme was already consistent. The whole idea of Rad Disney Dad was consistent from the get-go because it was just gonna be us at Disney, and we've turned it into the Rad family. We're gonna put some more like travel and beach and stuff like that, but it's pretty much just Disney. So consistency is key. You have to be consistent right from the beginning. The other thing you want to be consistent about is who you follow. If you have a themed account, like many of our Disney friends on Instagram, then you also want to be following other Disney accounts and maybe some travel accounts, but keep it pretty tight. You don't want to be following a bunch of random stuff. It's not your personal account. If you want to grow your Instagram into something special and possibly even a side business, you have to keep it consistent with who you're following. It's no longer your personal Instagram. If you need a personal Instagram, then start a new channel or something like that and just keep it limited to your own interests. Personally, I really like cars and motorcycles, but that has no place on my Disney Instagram. It would be really weird if I posted a picture of the Rad Girls in front of Spaceship Earth at Epcot and then follow that up with a shot of a really awesome motorcycle. That would make no sense, and we would have no consistency on our page. The other piece of the consistency puzzle is timing. Now, this means turning your Instagram into a business account, which you can do through Facebook. It's a little bit of a pain, but you can figure it out pretty easily. Once you have it turned into a business account though, you get access to some pretty powerful analytics. Those analytics allow you to see what your followers are up to. Who are they? Where do they come from? What age are they? What gender are they? Where are they located? And when are they engaging with your posts? That's the most important thing. So people engage at different times, and different topics have sort of different engagement periods. It really just depends on what your Instagram is about. For us in the Disney Channel, most of our engagement comes later in the afternoon and the evening. We don't get much engagement early in the morning on our channel, and we don't get much engagement at like midnight. It's mostly between the hours of 3 and 7. So that's important. Why would I post a picture at 8 a.m. when I know that most of my engagement is coming somewhere in that time frame? I've got to keep it fresh to when people are actually engaging with our channel and when they're most active themselves. Tip number 2, check your analytics. Look at when people are engaging with your posts, as I said in the last tip, but also look at who's engaging with your posts, and also look at your stories, who's engaging with your stories. Did a particular hashtag in your stories or a particular location mentioned in your stories drive more engagement? Stories are big now in the new Instagram algorithm, for better or worse. If you like them or don't, they're a way to drive engagement to your page, and Instagram's paying more attention to stories now that they're kind of more aggressively going after Snapchat. So use your analytics to tell the finer details about your posts, which hashtags are successful, which stories were successful, which captions seem to drive the most engagement. Remember, engagement is people interacting with your posts, leaving comments, leaving likes. Impressions is just who sees the post. So they're not necessarily correlated. You might have a great number of impressions on one post, but you didn't get as much engagement. So look at your engagement, look at your likes, look at your hashtags, look at your comments, and look at your stories. How many people are seeing your stories, and what were they about when you had the most engagement? Use these analytics, use these tools to better refine your channel and better refine your posting schedule. By doing that, you drive engagement, the real kind of engagement, genuine engagement, which we're going to talk about later. Tip number 3, use hashtags to your advantage. Now, you got to be careful here. Apparently under the new algorithm, Instagram doesn't want you spamming hashtags all over the place. They don't want all the hashtags all the time. And I've seen some stuff, and I can't confirm it because Instagram's algorithm is mysterious, but I've seen some stuff that says that putting hashtags in the first comment is less effective. I don't know if that's true or not. I've done it. I haven't seen any difference in engagement, but just be forewarned that I've seen a little research on that. So it could be a thing. Use hashtags, but refine your hashtags. Don't just hashtag Disney. Well, if you look at how many people are following the hashtag Disney, it's like 7 million people. You're not gonna stand out in a crowd of 7 million. So refine it down. Look at what you're doing in the picture. Look at what your kids are doing. Look at what was going on. Look at where you were. Was it the Flower and Garden Festival? Use a specific hashtag that is relevant and current and meaningful. Also, I've seen research that says keep your hashtags under about 20 to 25. If you keep them under 20 and 25, I think the algorithm favors that. It knows that you're not just trying to spam hashtags. Another thing you can do on Instagram now is you can follow hashtags. And I'm going to show you how to do that on my phone and how you can use that to your advantage. All right, so we're going to go to Instagram now. We're going to take a look at what I was talking about with the hashtags. So open up Instagram, go to your tags, and let's pick one of these. Let's do Disney Family because we are a Disney family. Now, when you look at this hashtag, you have the top trending posts, and if your post appears here, that would be totally awesome. But I'm more interested in recent posts because these are people that are commenting or engaging with Disney Family's hashtag right now. So I can scroll down here and you see that they're not all necessarily related to pictures of the park and kids and stuff like that. Some of them are merch, some of them are collections. You have to decide what works best for your channel. So go through and like and comment genuine engagement on some of these people's posts, and I promise you, you'll get a response. The other thing I wanted to show you here in my phone was the places. Go to places and let's do Epcot because the Flower and Garden Festival is going on right now. So here are the top posts for Epcot at the moment. And if I scroll down here, I can see the most recent posts. So I click on that and I can start scrolling through and seeing the most recent posts that people are posting from Epcot right now. Perfect opportunity to comment and engage with these people who are currently at Epcot. Maybe they're on vacation. Maybe they're uploading pictures all the time because they're at Epcot and they're having a great time, and you comment on there and they go, oh wow, cool, a new Disney channel to follow. It gives you a great opportunity to interact. Look at that, that's an awesome photo right there. Doug Does Disney, oh, I'm not surprised. Doug Does Disney is awesome. If you're not following him, you gotta check him out. He's a really talented photographer who takes amazing pictures. So there you go. So scroll down and find people and engage with them. And don't just spam like I told you. We got into a little bit of trouble for that because we had two people doing it at the same time and Instagram said, nope, cut it out. And I said, sorry, Instagram, as if it was a real person. I didn't really say that. I was just like, we need to stop. Now, along with following hashtags, you can also follow locations. This doesn't work for every type of Instagram account, but it might work for yours if you're interested, like we are, in a sort of Disney-ish themed Instagram. Obviously, people are using the locations of Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Animal Kingdom all the time. And if you're a West Coaster, Disneyland. They're using these locations all the time, and if you search these locations up, you can see the most recent activity posted at each of these locations. That means those people are probably in the parks right now. That means they're probably on vacation right now. These are the types of people you should be interacting with. These are the types of people you should be liking and commenting because they're doing the very thing that your channel is about. Try to have genuine engagement, and that brings us to tip number 4. So tip number 4 is genuine engagement. You want to be talking with people. You want to be commenting on photos, and you don't want to just comment, dope photo, bro. You want to be commenting things like, oh, I remember that festival. It was the first time I took the Rad Girls there and we had such an amazing time. You want to be adding value to the caption. You don't just want to be throwing out some copy paste style likes. Instagram's actually cracking down on this stuff because of bots and programs that are spam liking and spam commenting. So you got to be careful here. You want your comments to be valid and meaningful. Obviously, to do that, you have to take some time. Be prepared to, some people call it warming up. I know Chris Howe, and I'll put a link to his channel, he called it warming up. Go to Instagram and warm up 30 minutes beforehand. He has a great video on the same topic, and I'm sort of using some of his tips as well as some other people's, kind of combining them together. Check out his video, links down in the description. Lastly, on that note of genuine engagement, tip number 5 is provide a call to action. Call to action is big now in 2018. Make your comment short and sweet on the photo and provide a call to action. What's your favorite ride? What's your favorite park? Do you remember the first time you did this? Add some value to that photo with your comment. But remember that people only see the very beginning sentence. So make sure whatever the call to action is, it's appearing in the very beginning of the sentence. Don't write a 9-paragraph response and then at the end of it be like, hey, remember your favorite ride? No, it's not gonna work, okay? Nobody's going that far. So add that call to action at the beginning of the post. And then if you wanna tell a little story and see if people are still reading, go right ahead. Maybe throw another call to action at the end. I don't know, I'm not the Instagram whisperer. So a call to action can be a great way to get people to interact with your post. And stories. Call to actions on stories now are huge. Ask a question, they DM you the answer. It happens in the DMs, slide into the DMs. All right, check out the DMs and form groups of people that you interact with on a daily basis. That's gonna help you drive engagement. Provide a poll. Instagram lets you do polls now. If you have enough followers, you can add a link, swipe up to the link, and you can go to your website, your blog, your YouTube channel, and people can check it out. Add that call to action and drive engagement. Finally, to wrap up, remember that Instagram is a community, and it's about community. Find a group of people that maybe started their channel around the same time that you did. Get to know them, interact with them, talk to them, and you might just find yourself making some new friends. We've made some new friends, some wonderful people that we've met, and we haven't even met in real life yet, but we're excited to meet them because we all started our channels around the same time. I'll put a link in the description, or well, I'll put their handles, their Instagram handles in the description, and I hope you check them out. So, quick recap. Tip number 1, consistency. Tip number 2, check your analytics and use them. Tip number 3, use hashtags, be smart with them, and use locations. Tip number 4, genuine engagement. Be part of the Instagram community. And tip number 5, offer a call to action, some type of question, poll, or further response to incite more engagement from your followers. I hope you found these tips useful. I know that in all the research that I did, it made me feel a little bit better about my frustrations with our sort of wall that we hit a couple months ago. I have noticed an uptick in engagement and follows, and I hope this works for you. If the video helped you, please press like. It helps us out a lot, and it helps the YouTube algorithm. Maybe that's a whole separate topic we'll have to cover later. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video with anyone else you think might find value in it. Comment down below if you think I missed anything or you'd like to see something in a future video. We'll catch you next time, Rad Fam. Have a great day.